Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we will meet a new lawyer and they will share stories of when they went beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Samuel, and I'm the principal of Samuel & Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, their firms, and their clients. And let's applaud lawyers who care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Matthew Bolewitz. He is a Pittsburgh-based partner of Cozza Law Firm. And Matthew has extensive experience serving both small and startup enterprises, as well as publicly traded corporations. Welcome, Matthew.
It's good to be here, Andrew. Thank you very much for having me.
Great. So, Matthew, tell us about what brought you to the profession.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been blessed. I have three older siblings, and they are all successful in their own right. One's in the healthcare space, one's in the finance space, and one's in the tech space. And growing up, I was able to watch them as they entered their careers, and I knew I wanted to do something different. I wanted to earn my own stripes, and I wanted a career that was fulfilling. And that took some time. I worked as an accountant for several years first out of school. And I had some overlap with some folks in the legal department at the company. And that was really the lead in. And that's where went back to law school. No one in my family's a lawyer. So that checks that box of earning my own stripes. And I get to work with business owners. Like you mentioned, small and mid-sized businesses are the bread and butter here at Cozza Law Group. And, the rest is history. It's been a fun ride so far.
What's your favorite part?
I think the best part is really our core mission as well. So we strive here at Cozza Law Group to provide peace of mind. That's our main driver here. If you look at the legal industry in and of itself, there's a lot of issues. There's really great attorneys and there's some that are not so great. And one of the best feelings and the most rewarding pieces of the job, whether it's an initial consult or going through a matter with a particular client, but when they say you can feel the weight from a particular situation be released off of their shoulders and they just say or end a call saying, I feel so much better now. Thank you. I mean, that's the best part of the job.
Wonderful. Tell us a story of when you went above and beyond for the viewers.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wish I could share a story, maybe like a personal injury, wrongful conviction, very juicy story. But in the corporate space, again, here at the firm, predominantly, we are a business law firm and we have the vast majority being business owners. And right now, we help through the business life cycle from startup all the way to the eventual exit. And where I fit into that puzzle is towards that maturity stage and either the growth of acquiring businesses or potentially the exit. That's where I fit in. So my story here, just to give some context, I help a lot of the businesses with that potential end stage, potential exit. And we had clients come in once, husband and wife, and very similar. We're in a special time right now because you may have heard of it, coined the silver tsunami. We have an aging generation. That's basically what we're trying to say. An aging generation where there are a lot of business owners in that generation. And while we assume that many of them are just going to sell and be able to capture that net worth, a lot of them don't do that. There's the dark side of it, which is they just shut off their lights. And for this particular case, we had a husband and wife come in. The husband was able to provide for his family for decades. He's worked. He didn't have to hire anybody. He was his own boss. He was working as a franchise. But he was spent. He was past the retirement age. He did not want to move forward at all. And they lived within their means, and really all they were concerned about was, we're excited for some staycations, maybe some small trips locally, but that was about it. And we had the meeting ended fairly, it had a ton of emotion attached to it. The wife wanted her husband back. That was one of the lines, because they knew that there was, like for all of us, we're all working against a timer. And they wanted to be able to enjoy the healthy moments that they had left together. They wanted to be able to go out and explore and have time with their children, which are now grown, and have their grandchildren. So it was time. So to say that they were burned out, absolutely. So they came, and what their goal was very simple. Let's turn off the lights. Help us dissolve this entity. And I asked the question naturally, look, it's very rare to have a business that survives 1 year, 5 years, let alone 20 years. Have you thought about selling to a third party? And they did, but the problem is they were burned out even with the thought of going through due diligence and having their business picked apart and going through multiple buyers. That did not interest them. They wanted to be done, and they wanted to be done yesterday. So, and this is not unique. There's many situations like this out there. So what we did was we had to get creative. And this is a PSA for all attorneys out there. Sometimes you have to take what the facts are that your clients give you, understand their position, not just where their business is, but where they are emotionally and mentally. For this particular client, we had to understand they did not want to be in this situation 6 months from now, let alone 3 weeks from now. So we had to get creative. So I said, okay, grant me this at least. Let's put together a package. It's not very long. It's not going to take much time or effort. Let's just put together a package and posture that we're going to go out to market. And the game plan was, let's just go to the franchisor and let them know, look, we're about to go to market. We have all the checks, all the boxes checked about, can we do this? And we were able to do that. Let's just go to them and pitch the idea. We're going to go to market, but we know you already have other franchisees. We have a really good market. You may be able to take this piece, this franchise, and be able to maybe split it up amongst your other franchisees. And we're going to give you a heightened discount because we know you're saving us time going out and trying to obtain a third-party buyer. So what we'll do is we'll give you a 20% discount of what the purchase price should be. And we did this whole presentation. They stuck with it. They held it all together. And sure enough, the franchisor bit. They liked the idea. They were, without knowing the mental space of our clients, it was true. They were getting a phenomenal deal. It worked for them. They were getting a very steep discount that they could then sell. And I'm sure they made a profit after the fact. But our clients were hours away from just shutting off the lights and dealing with potentially an early termination penalty with the franchisor. I mean, that's the level we were. And we turned that situation from, again, this isn't $1 billion deal, but when you're talking about helping a small business owner who was just helping provide for his family and adding after taxes several $100,000 to the mix, that was a huge shift that they could then take. And the best part, the cherry on top, was there was a certain holdback amount for 12 months. Our client gave us a call right when he was about to go on vacation to Costa Rica and said, the holdback money came back early. Everything checked out. Thank you again. We're off to Costa Rica. So they weren't doing staycations anymore. They were actually going out and living because they had that extra money available. And that still to this day is one of the best stories that I can share, that we just had to get creative and it worked.
Yeah. Well, so everyone, our guest today is Matthew Bolewitz. He's a partner with Cozza Law Group. And Matthew, these are extremely impactful, solutions that, you're certainly coming up with. Can you provide our audience with your contact information?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So reach out, Cozza Law Group, cozzalaw.com, 412-294-8444. or just shoot me an email directly, M. Bolewitz. You have my name right there, mbolewitz@cozzalaw.com.
And folks can find you in social media, things like that?
Absolutely. Follow us, Cozza Law, on all the social media accounts. Follow me on LinkedIn. I'm very active there.
Wonderful. Everyone, this has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond. And Matthew is a perfect example of that. If you're an attorney or know one who does go above and beyond, feel free to reach out to us, 914-666-6600. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.